Hello, welcome to class 12 Business Studies, chapter 11 Marketing Explanation, part 7. Now, today we will be discussing on the branding. So, let's see what does branding means. A brand is the identification of a product. It can be in the form of a name, symbol, or design, etc. The branding is not only done to identify the seller or producer but also to make your product superior than the competitor's product. So I hope you all understood why branding plays a very important role. So branding helps in identification of the product, so it can be in the form of name, symbol, or design. So actually the branding is not only done to identify the seller or producer but also to make the best and the superior product than the competitors. Okay, and it is also one of the most important decisions that a marketers needs to take in the area of a product is respect of branding. So it gives prestige, status, and also respect. So branding plays a very important role. He has to decide whether the firm's product will be marketed under the brand name or a generic name. So generic name means or refers to the name of a whole class of the product. For example, toilet soap is a generic name. So toilet soap comes a soap means a name given to a particular product, but under that there are many brands under a soap like Lux, Pearl, Johnson Baby, Lifebuoy, Dettol, and so on. Same way, mobile phone is a generic name, and under a phone there are number of brands like example Apple, Samsung, Vivo, OnePlus, Nokia, and so on. They are all known as a brand name. So if products are sold by the generic name, then it will be difficult for the marketers to differentiate his product because the brand name is not given. So generic means a name given to a particular product. So it will be difficult for the marketer to differentiate his product from that of the competitors. So that is why a brand name is given to a product, so that it will be easily identified and easily people can go and purchase their like their preferred products. Okay, and branding is much more than an identification mark. It is a seller's promise to deliver good quality and satisfaction of buyers' expectations, because the brand name gives so much value to a product. With brand name, we can easily identify which all products belong to a particular company. So that is easier for the customers to distinguish the product by the brand name of which company. When firms develop good reputations about quality, then brand helps them to enjoy greater control over the customers and develop a brand loyalty. Now, the various terms related to brand are: number 1, brand. A brand is the identification of a product that can be in the form of name, symbol, or design, etc. For example, Canon, Netflix, Samsung, Disney, Google, Red Bull, Puma, etc. Even various symbols such as like you have seen the symbol of Pepsi, right? Nike, etc. are also the brand. So that means the brand can be in the form of whether it's a symbol, design, or a name. Second is brand name. The part of brand which can be spoken is called a brand name. The name should be easy to spell, memorable, creative, and needs to be very powerful, which are pronounced by everyone. So, in another word, we can also say it is the verbal part of a brand. Like, for example, Dettol, Lifebuoy, Surf, etc. Third is brand mark. The part of brand which cannot be spoken but can be recognized is known as a brand mark. Like the example Nike, the symbol of McDonald's, Apple, Olympic, KFC, Pepsi, burger, and so on. So these were some examples which can say that can be recognized very easily and which can be remembered as well. So this was something which could not be spoken but could be recognized. And the fourth is trademark. So means a part of brand which is given a legal protection is called a trademark. No other firm can use the name or sign for which a company gets legal protection. Next is advantages to the marketers, and in this we will be discussing on the 4 topics. They are: helps in product differentiation, second, helps in advertising, third, differential pricing, and the fourth is easy introduction of new product. Now let us go in detail. The first one says helps in product differentiation, means with the help of the branding, the marketers are able to differentiate his product from the competitor's product. So it is easily distinguish its product from that of its competitors, so that it enables the firm to secure and control the market for its product. Second is helps in advertising. It says with the help of the brand name, advertising becomes more effective, as it not only makes people aware about the importance and the features of the product but also about the brand which can provide all these benefits. Okay, so without a brand name, the advertiser can only create awareness for the generic product and can never be sure of the sale of his product. So that is why to do an advertisement of a product, there should be a brand name. So without a brand name, the advertiser, what can he do is can only create awareness of the generic products. Okay, so what do you mean by generic? That I had already explained in the in this video itself in the beginning. And the third is differential pricing. It says with established brand name, the firm can easily change high price for its product as compared to the competitor's product, which means branding helps the firm to charge different prices for its product that charged by its competitors, and these are only possible if the customers like the brand and if they become habituated of it, and they do not mind paying a little higher for it. So the customers are ready to buy the product no matter how much the price is, if it gives satisfaction to them. Okay, and the fourth is easy introduction of new product, means it says that when the companies which use their company's name as a brand name, then it becomes very easy for such company to popularize the new product, because they don't have to give a new name to it. They're using their own company's name. So it is planning if to popularize the new product, if it is planning to introduce. Okay. For example, Food Specialist Limited had a successful brand, Maggi noodles. So they have extended their name to many of its new products introduced, such as tomato ketchup, soup, etc., all under Maggi brand name. Similarly, the Samsung extended the brand name of its televisions to washing machines and other durable products like micro oven. Okay, so this was the advantages to the marketers. Next is advantages to the customers. There are 3 points, and they are: helps in identification of product, ensures quality, and status symbol. Now let us go in detail. The first one is you can say helps in identification of a product or helps in product identifications. So it says branding helps the customers to select the product very easily, as the brand which is given them satisfactions can be selected very easily over the competitor's product. For example, if a person is satisfied with a particular brand of a product, says tea leaves or detergent soap, so he needs to make a close inspections every time he has to buy that product. Thus, branding greatly facilitates repeat purchase of the products, which is the plus point for the firm. And the second is ensures quality, which means branding or a brand name gives a quality assurance, and customers, they can buy branded goods with no doubt about qualities of a product. If the people usually in these generations right now, in this era, people, they mostly look for a branded stuffs. Why? Because it has its name, fame, and in return they produce or manufacture good quality of products, which are which gives assurance to the customers, which satisfies them, and they are ready to give any amount for such product. Okay. And the third is status symbol. It says the use of a branded goods added to status symbol of customers and adds to their confidence level, because because the consumers of those brand of product, they feel proud of using them and adds to the level of satisfaction of the customers. And some brands, they become status symbol because of their quality. Next is the characteristics of a good brand name. So while selecting a brand name, attention must be paid to the followings. Number 1, brand name should be short and simple, like for example Lux, Dettol, Surf, etc. As long and complicated names a long and a complicated names are difficult to recognize and remember by every people. Second, brand name should be easy to pronounce, as if it is difficult to pronounce, the customer will hesitate to demand, because they feel inferior, so they feel insecure, so that's why they will hesitate to demand for it. Brand name should be suggestive, that is, it must suggest the product's benefit and qualities and the utilities of the product. For example, Hajmola suggests digestive properly, Ujala suggests brightness, Hair and Care suggests care of hair. So all these things should be there so that it should be appropriate to the product's function. Okay, and the third is brand, like I said, the brand name should be suggest. And the fourth is the brand name should be unique and distinctive, so that the brand name should be very different and should not lose its identity. For example, Ariel, Tide, etc. And like and the next is brand name should be selected after considering its meaning in other languages and culture. For example, the brand name Nova given to ambassador car means does not go in Spanish. So such types of names should be avoided. They are saying this because so that they don't hurt the sentiments of other beings. So while giving the name, they should be very much aware before giving the names to any products. And the next is the brand name should be sufficiently versatile to accommodate new products which are added to the products line. For example, Maggie, Colgate. Next is the brand name should be adaptable to packaging or labeling requirements to differentiate like the advertisement media or advertising media to different languages. It should be capable of being registered and protected legally. So, and the next is chosen name should have staying power. That is, it should not get out of date. The next topic under the product is packaging. So, packaging means a set of tasks or activities which are concerned with the designing, production of an appropriate wrapper, container or bag for the product. Or you can also say the companies, they always supply the product in a packaged form for the protection of it and to look much better and make it more attractive for the customers to buy, and protecting from the dust and other harmful things. Like for example, Coke or Pepsi comes in bottle, Tide or serve in a bag, biscuits in a wrapper, and oil in a jar, etc. They should do packaging according to the product quality. So the types of product. So packaging is the basic activity of every company, and also it is one of the most important development affecting the business world in the recent year, which has been in the area of packaging. There are many products which we thought that could never lend themselves to packaging because of their nature or type of product, which have been successfully packed, like for example pulses, ghee, milk, salt, cold drinks, etc. So packaging, it refers to the act of designing and producing the container or wrapper of a product. This is why packaging plays a vital role in the marketing success or failure of many products. No matter how the product is of good quality, if the packaging is bad, people are not going to buy it. So packaging should be made in such a way that it attracts the customers. So particularly the consumers, the non-durable products. In fact, if one makes an analysis of the reason for the success of some of the successful products in the recent past, it can be noted that packaging has played its due role. Like for example, it was one of the important factors in the success of products like Maggi noodles, Uncle Chips, or Cracks wafers. So that is why packaging plays a very important role in the world of the business or a marketing. Next is level of packaging. Under this, there are three levels of packaging. The first one is primary packaging, second is secondary packaging, and the third is transportation packaging or a transit packaging. Now let us go in detail. The first one is primary packaging. Means it refers to the immediate packaging of product. It remains with product till the consumer is ready to use it. Like for example, plastic packet for socks. So until and unless it's kept inside the plastic, it is not used by the consumers. Whereas in other cases, it is kept throughout the entire life of the product. So for example, a toothpaste tube, a matchbox, etc. So this was the explanation on the primary packaging. The second one is the secondary packaging. So it refers to that these are the additional packaging which gives more protection to the product. So generally consumers throw that when they start using the product. For example, as shown in the picture, cardboard box used to keep toothpaste, but when people they start to use, they throw the box away to start using the paste. And the last level, the third level, is the transportation or transit packaging. So which means that these are the packaging used for storing or transporting the goods, and this packaging gives protection goods. For example, corrugated box used to shift ruffle lays or lays chips, kurkure, etc. Or you can also say a toothpaste manufacturer may send the goods to the retailers in a corrugated boxes containing 10, 20 or 100 units. Corrugated means the carton which we often use it in the shops or by the people. With this, we have finished the levels of packaging. They are primary, secondary and transportation or transit packaging. Next is the importance of packaging. So under this there are four types, four importance of packaging. So packaging has acquired a greater significance in the marketing of goods and services. That is because of the following reasons. The 4 points are rising standards of health and sanitation. Number 2, self-service outlet. Number 3, innovational opportunity. And number 4 is product differentiations. So now let us go in detail. The first one is rising standards of health and sanitation. It's because of the increasing standard of living in the country, because people have become very much smart and intelligent, and more people have started purchasing packet food or goods, as the chances of adulterations in such goods are minimized. So they have become very much of health conscious. So that is why people have become health conscious. Second is self-service outlet. Means the self-service retail outlets are becoming very popular, particularly in the major cities and towns. So because of this, there are some of the traditional role assigned to the personal selling in respect of promotion has gone to packaging. So that is why the self-service retail outlets are becoming very popular these days. Third is innovational opportunity, means some of the recent development in the area of packaging, they have completely changed the marketing scene in the country. Because when we think about the liquid products, people used to think that can never be packaged, but because of the innovations, like for example, milk now can be stored for 4 to 5 days without refrigerations in the recently developed packaging materials. Plus the liquid products can also be packaged in a proper and a protective manner, which are not harmful for the customers. So similarly, in the areas of pharmaceuticals, soft drinks, etc., lots of new and lots of new innovations have come in respect of packaging. So as a result, the scope of the marketing of such product has increased and people are purchasing more of those goods. And the fourth is product differentiations, means packaging is one of the most important means of creating product differentiations through which people can identify and purchase their liked products. So the color, size, quantity, quality, material, etc. of package makes real difference in the perception of customers about the quality of the products. Like for example, by looking at the packaging of a product, say paint or a hair oil, one can make some guess about quality of the product contained in it. So this was the importance of packaging. Next is the functions of packaging. So under this there are 4 points. Number 1 is protection, number 2 is identification, number 3 convenience, and number 4 is promotion. Now let us go in detail. So under the importance of packaging, packaging is an essential function of companies because of the following reasons. So number 1 is protection. So the fundamental function of packaging is that it protects the product from damage. So this is one of the main motive of the packaging, that is to protect the product from damages. So appropriate packaging protects the product from the sun, rain, moisture, breakage, insects, etc. For example, airtight containers and packets are used for chips, biscuits, jams, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, etc., which needs protection from atmospheric contacts. So product like televisions or other appliances like washing machine, oven needs to be protected from damage in transit or transportations, so they are packed in a big board, cartons, etc. Second is identification. So with the help of the packaging, the product can be easily identified and recognized. For example, with the yellow and black packaging and alphabet K, we can recognize from far off that it is a Kodak products. Of red color and unique shape of Coke bottle, we can identify it from distance also. So this was the explanation on the identification. And third is convenience. Convenience means the handling of the product becomes more convenient with appropriate packagings which are easily carried. So it makes it convenient to store and convenient to shift from one place to another. For example, new PET bottles of cold drinks has made it very convenient for middlemen to transport it from the place of manufacture to the like destinations. So they supply it and store it, which can be done for a longer time. And fourth is the promotion. So packaging plays a significant role of silent salesman because it promotes or enhances the sale of the product. Because of the attractive, colorful and innovative packaging attracts the customers, especially if the product is children's product, because children they like and love something that is very colorful. And attractive packaging always induces the consumers to buy the product. So this was the importance of packaging. Next is labeling under the uh, element of marketing mix, the one element that is product. So under this under that we finished about the packaging. Now we will be discussing on the labeling. So labeling means putting an identification mark on the package. Label is the carrier of informations. So it provides information like name of the product, name of a manufacturer, content of the products, expiry and manufacturing date, general instructions for use, weight, price, etc. So labels are attached on the product to provide some information to the customers. So product label can be number A in simple tag form, as in case of local products like ice, like rice, pulses, etc. B. Elaborate labels means as used by the reputed companies. These are very attractive as and give complete informations about the product to the customers. So apart from details of product, some statutory warnings which are essential for some products must be printed on the label. For example, on tobacco, cigarettes, liquors, it is compulsory to mention that its consumption is injurious to health. The next is the functions of labeling. There are 5 points. Number 1, describe the product and specify its content. 2, identify the product. 3, help in grading. 4, promote sale. 5th, providing informations required by law or legal requirements. Now let us go in detail. The first one says describe the product and specify its content, means when the manufacturer cannot communicate to each and every customers, that is impossible for them to communicate them personally. So if he wants to communicate and share some informations about the product with the consumers or the customers, it is done through labels. The manufacturer prints all the information related to the product, such as the contents, price, instructions to use, etc. Second is identify the product. The label helps the customers to identify the product from the various types of product which are available. For example, we can easily identify a Cadbury chocolate from various other chocolates like Amul, which are kept in the shelf of a shop by the color of its label. 3. Helps in grading. With the help of label, product can be graded in different categories. For example, Brook Bond red label, Brook Bond yellow label, green label, etc. All these are example of a tea. So that helps in the grading. And fourth is promote sales. Attractive and colorful labels excites the customers and also attracts them and induce him or her to buy the product. Especially in consumer goods, attractive labels increases sales volume. Fifth is providing informations required by law or legal requirements, means the label is also used to fulfill the legal requirements, as it is legal compulsion, because it is very necessary to get your product registered. So, and also it is very important to print batch number, content, maximum retail price, weight or volume of all the products. On some products, giving statutory warning is also a legal compulsion or a compulsory, or you can say mandatory, and these legal requirements are fulfilled through label. So with this we have completed the one element of marketing mix, that is product, and under that we have discussed the various features like product mix, branding, trademark, packaging and labeling. And in next we will be discussing on the price, the second element of marketing mix. So under that we will be discussing on the factors determining the price.